Well, hello everyone. I am excited to present to you on today. Kyra has asked me to present on how to find jobs in STEM. So I am your STEM career specialist, and I will be, if you're STEM, I'll be able to help you with a lot of things. And we're going to talk about that today. So, Kyra, are you ready for me to start?
I am. I think we have a lot of
Okay,
people here.
let's get started. Okay, so we're going to talk about what is career services. We're going to talk about TigerLink, preparing for your search, places to search, access your network, and how to identify key companies. So our learning objectives for today are, you're going to learn how to prepare for the job search, how to utilize TigerLink and LinkedIn, how to access your network, and how to identify key companies. Now, as we go along, I'm going to ask you if you have any questions, so please put them in the chat box. And if they're relevant to what I'm saying at the moment, I'll try to address them. And if they are something I think I can hold to later, I'll try to get them at the end. So as we work with students at the university, we try to help them develop their student learning and professional outcomes. These are skills that employers are seeking as they determine who they're going to hire. And so with this presentation today, you're going to be developing your professional and strategic planning, self-awareness, and personal behavior, as well as communication and digital technology. So because we're focusing on STEM today, you actually have a STEM team. So I'm your career specialist, and I support the College of Arts and Sciences and the Herb College of Engineering. And you also have, if you're an engineering student, Sheila Moses. She is the Academic Services Coordinator just specifically for the Herb College of Engineering. And so she focuses on the internships and some of the grants that are available for internships for engineering majors. So what do we do in career services? We assist you with the successful transition from college to career. We'll help you with your resume. We'll review your resume and teach you how to make it better. We'll help you with mock interviews. We'll help you with your elevator pitch and preparation. We'll connect you to employers with our various events, and then we'll help you with your internship and job search strategies. So we're doing that today. We have a couple of upcoming events you may want to write down. And I don't know if Kyra is going to make this recording available. I hope she does, so that you can review it again later. But on September the 15th, we'll have our all majors virtual career fair. On October the 9th, we'll be having an engineering virtual career fair. And then on October 30th, we will be hosting the science, technology, and math virtual career fair. So please put those on your calendar. So everyone should know, and if you don't know, you have an account which is called TigerLink. And TigerLink allows you to make appointments with me to search for jobs where companies want to hire U of M students, get your resume reviewed. And so this is your connection to career services and employers, one of your connections. When you go into Handshake, we call it TigerLink powered by Handshake, you will be able to set up your profile. You will be able to put your resume there. You will also be able to put your skills and your previous experiences, because believe it or not, companies do come into Handshake and they offer students an opportunity if they see the skills that they're looking for an interview or even a job. So you want to make sure you get your profile set up in Handshake, and we'll talk a little bit more about Handshake in just a little bit. So before we begin the search, I want to ask you all, please put your current major and classification in the chat box. If you'll do that for me, I want to see who's in the room. You can actually put your name if you like to as well, but I would like to know what your major is and what your classification is. Math, Monica, thank you. Computer engineering, biology, okay, great. I see the rest of you are filling in public health, civil engineering, MIS. Very good. Clinical nutrition, computer science. Awesome. MS, information system physics, biostat, Okay, great. We have a great variety of STEM majors in the room. If you want practice with interviewing next week, I think Kyra is going to give you that information. We have a schedule. We have employers coming to give you tips on interviewing. And so you may want to do that to get ready before the career fair and before school kicks in. So Kyra has that information and she can send it to you. So first we're going to talk about preparing for the search. Before you search for a job, you have some things you need to do. I see we have the computer engineering and architecture and electrical engineering in the room. Thank you. So what have you done in the past to prepare for your job search? Tell me what you do before you begin. What have you done? Have you done anything? Just one thing. I know everybody you have to have one thing ready before. There you go. Thank you. Make a resume. He said, so make a resume. You have to do that. That's the first thing. And so I'm glad you said that because it goes into my first thing. The first thing, step one, is that you need to prepare a great resume. Now, when you prepare this resume, I want you to realize it's not a one and done. You're going to have one resume that has everything you've done on it. Yes, I said one resume with everything you've done on it. So that means that's gonna be more than 1 or 2 pages, maybe. And when you create that resume, that's not the one that you're gonna send to a job posting. That's just one that allows you to have everything you have done so that when you actually get the job description that you're going to apply for, the job posting. So I see someone said check the requirements for the job. Exactly. So when you are applying for a job, it is very important that you look at the job description because then you're going to make a targeted resume so that it will highlight the experiences that you have for that particular position. So for example, if you're a computer science major, you may have a resume that focuses on getting a job as a programmer analyst. You may also have a resume that focuses on you getting a business analyst position. Those are 2 different types of skills that will be needed to apply for a job. You may be a science major, and so you may be applying to be a quality technician or a laboratory analyst. And so those resumes are going to look slightly different. They won't be drastically different, but as you highlight the activities you've done on your resume, that's going to help you show your skills and how you fit into a position. So Nick, thank you. I see that you said you would search about the company and make sure your skills fit what they're looking for. And you also definitely want to make sure it's a company you want to work for. Do they have the same values? Is it going to be a good working environment that works for you, that empowers you versus hold you back? So you have to look at all those things. So we can help you with the resume, and I know you had the resume workshop with Miss Ayana Perkins a few weeks ago, or maybe last week. But one of the things that we can do in career services, and regardless of your major, everyone has their own career specialist. And so we will help you by one, you can upload your resume to Handshake, and we'll review your resume and send you comments in your resume and feedback. And then, or you can make an appointment with us and we will review your resume on the spot to give you tips and pointers on how to change it. So step 2 is log and prepare. So as you apply for positions, you want to keep a log of all the positions you apply for. You want to download those positions because you may apply for a position and then by the time they get back to you to say they want to interview you, that position is no longer listed on their website. So you want to download them, keep a log of them, whether it's in an electronic file, if you want to keep a binder, it's really up to you. But you want to make sure you determine how you're going to keep track of all the positions you're applying for. So you want to make sure you log the company name, the job title, and then have a description of the job. Once you start applying for jobs, you want to also begin interview preparation and mock interviews with career services. So there's a few different ways you can do mock interviews. We actually do them one-on-one, or like next week we have a scheduled mock interview session where we have employers that are coming in to assist and give students tips about interviewing. So where have you searched? What job sites have you used in the past to search for jobs and internships? So if you'll put that in the chat for me, I'd appreciate it. Indeed, okay. LinkedIn. Okay, yes, we are taking appointments via Handshake. So all you have to do is make an appointment on Handshake and you will be given a link to join us on Zoom. ResearchGate, that's a new one for me. I have not heard about ResearchGate. Thank you for that one. All right, so most people are using LinkedIn. Okay, so these are the places I recommend you search. TigerLink powered by Handshake. These are companies that want to hire U of M students. And then I have some resources for international students on our website, and I call it our website because it's Memphis.edu/STEM. So on this website, I actually manage it and I provide resources for you. So you want to write down their website. We're going to go look at that in a minute. And on that website, I have some international links that will help you connect to some companies that hire international students. And then we'll go to LinkedIn. So we're going to take a minute and go to some of these websites. So I'm going to go to Handshake right now so I can kind of show you how you can search within Handshake. Okay, so I am currently logged in on Handshake as a student. So someone asked the question, which is better for faculty positions in the USA? Okay, so that's a whole nother website. There's a Higher Ed Chronicles. That's another website where most universities post all their faculty positions. So that's where you want to go to look at some of the higher education faculty positions. Okay, so now on Handshake, I'm logged in as a student. And so when you go to Handshake, the first thing I want to show you is if you want a resume review, you'll click under your picture, which everybody needs to upload a picture, a professional picture. And then you'll click documents. And this is where you can actually upload your resume. Okay, you can upload a resume, a cover letter, and you can also upload your transcripts. And that way, when you apply for jobs, you can just attach them to the job posting. The other thing you can do in Handshake is you can actually search for jobs. And so I think this system has me in as a biology major. And so if I just search for biology internship, then it will pull me up jobs across the country that have biology, that are looking for a biology internship. Now, right now I have internship. If I switch that to full-time, it will give me positions that are full-time that are looking for biology majors, okay? In addition to this, if you see a job you're interested in, I'm gonna take this back to internship. If you see a job you're interested in, you can highlight it, you can save it, and then it will be in your saved jobs when you go back. But you can read the description and you can apply. Some of them will be applied externally. Some of them will be where you'll just apply and it'll upload your resume and send it to the employer. So it really just depends on the position you're looking for. The other thing, I'm going to go ahead and do this while I'm here, is employers. You can, if you have some employer that you want to know about, you can actually go here and see if they're already set up with us. Now, if you have an employer you're interested in, can you give me a name in the chat of a company you want me to see if they're in our Handshake system? Now, as you see, there's 534,000 employers in Handshake. And of course, he has St. Jude or she has St. Jude. So St. Jude is definitely in our system. Excuse me. And so when we put St. Jude, that is not the St. Jude. This is the one, St. Jude Children's Research Center. And so when we put St. Jude, then you can go and you can look. Now, here's the thing to look at. There are some reviews. Students that have interviewed with St. Jude have gone in and put reviews about their internship, their experiences with the company. And so you can use this to learn more about their experiences. You can also look at, they've given information about what happened in the interview. And so you may want to go and look at that as well. Then you can go all the way, I got to remove I'll look up of course, FedEx is there too as well. So if you look here on the right side, it will show you some of the positions that are available at St. Jude. If they posted them and they want us to look at their positions, they want you to be considered. So here's a software developer role. And so all of the positions at St. Jude. So that's how you can go through a company a page on Handshake to find out more. If you like that company, you can hit the star to follow the company. And then you'll get notified about different things that come up about St. Jude. So I'm gonna go back to jobs. So you can also search by location. So if you only want to find positions in Memphis, you can narrow that search down to just Memphis. If you don't care, then you can change that location search. Let's say if I wanted to search in Atlanta, but of course I'd have to change St. Jude. But there are biology positions. There are positions in Atlanta. So this is just an idea of how you can search for positions in Handshake, and there's a lot of positions that are available for you to consider. Anybody got any questions about Handshake? It's very intuitive and very easy. I know St. Jude, as FedEx is in there, I'm gonna just try National Laboratory, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing on our presentation. Okay, let's see. So this is Pacific Northwest Laboratory. I don't know if that's the company you were thinking about. And actually, I see I was in the job section, so let me switch that to National Laboratory. So was there a particular national laboratory you were considering? Because apparently there's a few. So as you can see, they are there. You can go ahead and search them and see what kind of jobs they have open. So I'm gonna go back to my PowerPoint. And all right, so the next thing I want to show you is our website, Memphis.edu. If you have ever looked at the Memphis.edu/STEM website, please put "I have" in the box, in the chat box. So, okay, thank you, Nick. So on our website, I would have like just general information on the front page. But there's a couple of things to look at. If you look at the far left, great, Manali and Manoy, I'm probably saying those names wrong, I'm sorry if I am. So I'm gonna click on jobs and internship search and internships first. And so on this page, I have the definition of a job shadow, internship, and co-op. And then I have different internship and research opportunities that are available for you that are generally posted every year. It's not that it's a position that we will post in Handshake because it's a recurring funded position that they always post every year. So for example, this one, that's internship for chemistry majors. They actually have a deadline of February, and they accept applications between October and November, or I may be mixing up two different things, but they pay between $6,000 and $10,000 for a 10 to 12 week summer internship. And so these are the types of things that I have on this page. We have Amgen, which has internships. We have biostatistics, the National Science Foundation for Research Experiences for undergraduates, And so there's just a variety of positions that you may want to go and look at that are hosted each year. Civil engineering, there's also some funding for them. And so I try to put a variety for STEM majors that may be of interest to you, that will give you access that you may not have access before. Hopefully that wasn't going too fast. So the next page I have is resources, the resources page. Now on this page, I have how to do your elevator pitch. So we have videos that just give you some examples of how to present yourself when you get ready for that fair. Because even though our fair is going to be virtual, you will have the opportunity to make a one-on-one 10-minute appointment with different employers that you sign up for. And so we are doing the best we can to make it as interactive as we can. As far as preparing for your interview, when you actually get an interview, there is a website that has sample questions. And so you will put a job title. And so I'll just put electrical engineer. And it will give you a list of questions that you can practice. You can write your answers to, and you can practice answering these questions. You can select the top 10, like when you go to print, top 10 or top 20. And so these are just some of the resources on the website. I know we're talking about job search today, but let me, I just want you to know what's available on the website. Also, mastering your interviewing techniques are there, how to dress, how to set up your LinkedIn profile. And then here are our resume checklist and resume samples. So if you don't know how to do your resume, please go here and get that information. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to this part. As an international student, you have to determine whether you need sponsorship or not, whether you, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like I showed, like you showed a chemistry internship, I can't say anything about math. Okay, so Monica, a lot of the ones that were on the page, they also accept math majors. So you will have to go through each one to determine which one will also look for math majors, as far as just that website. Now, as it relates to international students, here are some websites I have pulled. So first of all, the first link I have here, it is a list of one that my graduate student pulled of companies that have traditionally sponsored international students. So you can go to this list and go to their website and see what kinds of positions they have available. These companies have in the past hired students with the H-1B visa sponsorship. Now, the other website I have is resources for jobs and companies that hire international students. So when we go to this website, you will see this is a more current list. It's someone that maintains this website, and they keep a list of companies that hire international students. So I have put this here so that it can help you with your search. And you can look at these companies and see if there are any companies that you are interested in working with. And then there's one more site that is actually a blog that also has companies that have hired international students. So I'm trying to provide as many resources for all of our students as I can, and I thought this would be most helpful for you. So next, we'll go to LinkedIn. Before I move on to LinkedIn, does anyone have any questions about Handshake or our international websites or the STEM website? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and go to LinkedIn. Now, I love LinkedIn because LinkedIn allows you to use your network. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to my PowerPoint. I'm gonna come back to LinkedIn. Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna go forward and then I'll come back. Okay, so one of the things you wanna do as you're searching for a job is you want to assess and access your network. So I, as your STEM career specialist, is one of your networks. I have companies that I work with that have they want to hire U of M students, and so I've helped connect students with employers. Your academic advisor, whether it be engineering or your other STEM majors, they also may have contacts with companies. Your professors, if you have had an internship, or your former internship supervisors, actually your family and friends. A lot of people think that your family and friends may not have connections, but they actually do. There's always someone that may know someone else that you want to reach. That's why it's important to connect and network on LinkedIn. So when you look at the recruitment process, most companies actually start, when they want to fill a position, they start from within the company. And then if they cannot find someone within the company, and I'm trying to get my little thing, they start using their network. They ask their employees, do you know anyone with the skills that we need in this particular position? And then lastly, if they can't find someone using their networks, they use an agency, a hiring agency. And the last thing they do is place a job advertisement. But what do we do as the typical job seeker? We normally will go to Indeed or Monster or some website like that. Then we'll use an agency if we can't find a job. Then we'll start asking our family and friends, do you know anyone? And we can't even have access to the from within the company. So our goal is to try to find a common thread between the network. Most jobs that are filled are not even posted. They do them either internally, or they'll ask someone if they know someone with the skill set that they need. And so my goal is for you to start learning how to use your network. And if you don't have a network, or you probably do, you have to build one. Let's see, I have to turn off my annotation because it's not letting me. Okay. Okay, so the other thing you can do is you have to identify companies. Like I showed you in Handshake, you can search for companies that hire in your industry. You want to go to the company's website, look at, they have sections that may be called careers or work here or job opportunities. And so you look at those positions and see if they have any that you're interested in. And even though some of you may not be graduating yet, it'll help you start looking at the thread for what they're looking for, what kind of skill sets and what systems they're using, so you can start preparing while you're in school to get ready. Also, you can start looking at their internships to see what positions they may have available. And you can do that search on Handshake and on LinkedIn. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn now, and I'm going to get ready to jump to that in a minute to actually walk you through it. But it is an excellent resource and a good networking source. You can identify companies where U of M alumni have worked. You can also build a great network on LinkedIn. And then you can actually easily access jobs that companies are posting. And then you can search using specific criteria. So how many of you, if you have a LinkedIn account, put yes in the chat box. Okay, so then the next question is, how much time have you spent making sure your LinkedIn profile reflects your skills and abilities? And we're going to talk about how you can do that now. So you want to make sure you have a great professional profile picture. You want to make sure you have a professional headline that reflects what you needed to reflect. So if you're looking for a job, you want to say you're looking for a job in your headline. You want to turn your privacy settings during when you're actually making changes to know until you finish making those updates, because you don't want your contacts to get a notification every time you make a change in your profile. And the other thing you need to do is set your status job seeking to yes, so hiring managers and HR managers can actually look at your profile because you've indicated you are searching for a job. So when you pick your profile picture, you got to realize that LinkedIn is not Facebook. You want to upload a high quality photo. You want your profile will be 7 times more likely to be viewed of you alone if you actually have a picture. You want to be professionally dressed and smile. And I know men, some of y'all don't like to smile, but you want to have a pleasant look on your face. No party shots, no cartoon avatars, no puppy pictures or anything like that. And make sure you have a clear background. Your profile heading, you want to make it informative, short, memorable, and professional. For example, honor student seeking marketing position. You could put the university's name on there if you like. You want to check out the profiles of other students and recent alumni that you admire and see what kind of heading they have in their profile. Your professional summary should be like the best first few paragraphs of your best written cover letter. You want to be concise and confident about your qualifications and goals and include relevant work and extracurricular activities. You want to tell them how to contact you via your university email. And then you want to include white space on your profile. Don't make it so crowded that it's just too cluttered. Just like we tell you on your resume, we don't want it to be too cluttered and no white space. Show off your education. You can include all your schools and universities, your minor courses, your study abroad, your programs. Don't be shy. Now, we tell you on your resume to be concise and make it like 1 or 2 pages, but in your LinkedIn profile, you can put everything. Prior to me getting this job, I actually had a position in China, but I worked there for about 7 months, and I had my resume that I had sent to them, and I actually had my LinkedIn profile. And so the recruiter said, when I look at your LinkedIn profile, it has everything I need to see on there. But when I look at your resume, I want you to put certain things back on there. So she was able to look at my LinkedIn profile and decide that there were some things she wanted me to highlight before I actually obtained that position in China. So your LinkedIn profile is a place where you can put everything. You can show off your GPA, your test scores, your honors and your awards, and your volunteer work on your LinkedIn profile. You want to include keywords and phrases that the recruiter search for. So if you have any language skills, if you have any software skills, those skills that are in those job positions that you're trying to get that you have, you can put them there. Make sure they are what you have. Don't over exaggerate the truth. Just put the truth. If you have it, we want it listed. Look at job listings and profiles of people who have the kinds of roles you want to have. And if you don't have those skills, then this is a time for you to build that up. And then make sure, as I say, that you actually have those skills. Join professional groups on LinkedIn. You can join professional groups that show how you're connected in your area, in your field. The groups you join will appear at the bottom of your profile. Joining some of these shows that you want to engage in the professional community and learn the lingo. So start with your university and industry groups. Collect diverse recommendations. If you have had previous jobs or previous internships, ask your previous supervisors to do a recommendation for you and put it on LinkedIn. Recruiters are very impressed by recommendations from people who have directly managed you, not just a friend, but someone who has directly managed you. You also can claim your unique LinkedIn URL to increase the professional results that appear when people search for you online. So you can put like mine, when you see mine in just a minute, you'll see mine is Jada Meeks. I think it's Dr. Jada Meeks actually on LinkedIn. And then you want to share any of your work, examples of your writings, your projects, your design work, your accomplishments. You can upload your resume in the media section. And these are great places to show off all your skills. So when you search, and we're going to go do this in just a minute. When you search, you want to make sure that you use a Boolean search. And you can do this on LinkedIn and Google, because Google will also pull up jobs that are on LinkedIn, but they'll pull up some others that may not be. So if you want to look for a computer analyst job in Memphis, Tennessee, put that in the search bar. If you want to look for a mechanical engineering job, entry-level biology job, or entry-level supply chain, you can put those straight in the search box. I'm gonna go to LinkedIn now. to go ahead and get started on showing you how to walk through. So I'm gonna go to my profile first. And so if you look at my profile's name is Dr. Jada Meeks, because I have claimed my unique name so that people can find me easily. But when we go to search for jobs, there's a couple of things that I love about it. So I'm gonna put like electrical engineer. And I didn't put any city or location, it's just the United States. And so then I can change the experience level and say I want to do, entry level 7,000. Let's just go to internship. And I can hit apply. And that'll give me all the 84 jobs here in the United States. Now, if I want to limit it to Memphis, then I would just change it to Memphis metropolitan area, or specifically Memphis, but I like to do metropolitan because it'll give us Olive Branch and Arkansas and the surrounding areas. And then you can go, it said it did not find any in Memphis. So then I'll go back to the United States. So it's all a search game. You kind of just search and see what's available. There are other LinkedIn features. You can see if it has easy apply. You can look at them by the date that they're posted. But one of these that I like is that let's say this position in Carrollton, Georgia, it tells me there's one alumni that works at this company, and I can click on there and I can actually connect with Candace because she graduated from U of M and I graduated from U of M. And so I can make a connection and say, hello, I'm interested in working at your company in this particular position. And that's one of the things I love about LinkedIn is because it tells you how many alumni work at the company. Like this particular company, there isn't any that works at the company, but this is a co-op position. So that's something, if someone's looking for a co-op, they may want to consider. Is there another type of position you all want me to look for before I go into my next part? How can we claim our specific URL? I honestly forgot how to do it, but I think when you go into your profile, into your settings, you have to search on it. On the STEM website, I have the link for LinkedIn University, and they have a lot of videos on how to do stuff, and it'll show you how to do it. So Monica, I'm sorry, I can't tell you exactly how to do it right now. I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to find it right now. But is there another type of position that you want me to look for right now? Maybe math? Would my math person want me to look for math? Okay, we'll go to math. Now, there's 3,000 positions, but let's see, and I'm gonna say that probably in Memphis, it may be more teacher positions than anything. Do we want internship or full-time on the math? Entry level or internship? I'll just go entry level. So a lot of them are teachers. Okay, Monique wants an internship, okay. Now the rest of you that are out there, you can tell me something too. Okay, so internship. And so there are a few pharmacy positions. For some odd reason, there's a lot of pharmacy positions. So that's pharmacy technician, interesting. Lens crafters and a service technician. That's very interesting for math. So then you will want to look at, okay, like what types of positions do math people hold? So it may be statistician. So you also have to do some research on the types of positions that are available in your major instead of just putting the major. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, so the next thing I wanted to show you all is, so let's go, I'm gonna go to network. let's say we wanted to find someone who was a statistical analyst. We're going to go in people. And then I want to narrow it down and I want to say Memphis. And so if I'm trying to find a mentor, someone to shadow or find out where people are hired as a statistical analyst or a data analyst in Memphis, then I would go here and so I found 1,000 people. Apparently this first person I'm already connected to. And then here is Fang Wang. I'm connected to her at St. Jude. So I could actually reach out to her and say, hey, I saw this position. Do you know the manager in that position? Or do you have that position? Are you the manager of that position? So you can actually use this to connect. And if you don't know a person, but it's a company you're interested in working with, you could introduce yourself. Another way to go to find out about people is you can go to schools. So we can go to the University of Memphis. And I need somebody to give me a job title they're interested in pursuing. Another one other than what I've used. Biostatistics, okay. Biostatistician. Okay, so here is University of Memphis. So these are all the people that are on LinkedIn that have gone to that have gone to University of Memphis that are on LinkedIn. So it's 101,000. So I'm gonna put biostatistician. And it's going to tell me everybody that has a job title of biostatistician that went to the University of Memphis. So then I can actually look through all the people and see if there's any company I'm interested in working in, or even if I just want to build a relationship with them to learn more about the field, I can actually start making connections with them. And so you just say, hello, I'm Monica. I'm a student at the University of Memphis. I see you're a biostatistician. I would love to learn more about what you do, or I'm interested in working in your company. So is there a particular person you all want me to click on, or it doesn't matter? Let's see, I'm just gonna pick, I know somebody has said something about St. Jude. Do y'all want me, the first one? Okay, all right, the first one. All right, thank you. So I'm gonna pick her. Looks like my computer's doing something. Okay. And so I don't know where she works. Okay, she's actually a graduate student on campus. So that won't get us anything right now. So let's go and find someone that's working at a company. Okay, I'm gonna go back and let's go. This person graduated in 2018. Let's go here. Okay, so Jan works at ACA Healthcare in Nashville, Tennessee. So you can actually go and learn about the company where they work, and then you can learn more, see if they have any positions available, or you can just make a connection with her and talk about the field. So this is how you can really broaden your connections and your network. As you all see, I don't know if you all paid attention, but I actually have at this point about 3,000 connections. So even if you just connect with me, that's gonna broaden your network. And all the HR people that are connected to me could be then connected to, you can possibly have access to them, because then they'll be your second level connection. So I have about 3,100 people now that are connected to me. Anyone have any questions so far on LinkedIn and how this network can help you find positions and connect to people to help you make those networks grow? Okay. While you think, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. So when you reach to connect to those connections, you can ask someone to introduce you to someone. You can ask me to introduce you to any of my connections that may be an area where you want to work. But you want to always look at your first and second level connections first. If someone does an introduction for you, make sure you thank them for that connection. Some people will get offended if you just cold introduce yourself to them, but some people will be impressed by that. And so your goal is to build networks and to meet new people. And so you want to utilize all your resources. You want to create an email address that specifically allows you to receive jobs. So right now you can use your University of Memphis one while you're in school, but as you graduate, you want to create one that's just for job search if you haven't acquired one before you graduate. And you want to list all your jobs, even if it's just a part-time job, and this is on LinkedIn. List your clubs and your volunteer work and describe what you did. You want to update your status regularly. You want to post updates to help you stay on your network's radar. And so what I do is if I see an article I like, I reshare it. I like it. If a company that I'm trying to build a relationship with, I will watch what they post. And if it's something that I agree with, I will reshare it. And believe it or not, they actually do pay attention to that. Recruiters, if you become on their radar, they'll look at your feed to see what kind of conversations and what kind of interaction you're actually having. Mention any projects or presentations or events you attend so that can also keep your status active. So two things you want to look at. I'm going to, if Kyra gives me access to this, I have what's called some social media. I have an Ask Dr. Meeks series. And so some of the previous webinars that I've actually already done are on on YouTube. And so you can go there, either Instagram or on YouTube to look at the previous workshops I've done. You can follow us on social media, U of M STEM Careers, on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. And you can make an appointment with me via Handshake, and I can help you with whatever thing we need to do to help you get closer to your job. And if this has been helpful to you, please send me an email at jmeeks@memphis.edu.